Surface complexation of substrates. As we have studied earlier that this type of catalysis reaction is followed by the energy which is transferred by the catalyst to the substrate, and then after absorbing this visible light of energy, the substrate move from valence band to conduction band. And if you want to extend the absorption of titanium dioxide to visible light, there must be a formation of a surface complex between titanium dioxide and heteroatom containing substrate that creates a new electron donor level above the valence band of metal oxide. And Ruping and co-worker use this approach for the surface complex formation. Here you can see this is the formation of complexes between substrate and titanium dioxide which enable the visible light harvesting. In this process, this light is provided by the catalyst which is absorbed by the substrate reagents, and after absorbing light they move from the valence band to the conduction band, harvesting the visible light energy, and this result in the formation of this complex. Next one is metal dope titanium dioxide. Another possibility to extend the absorption of metal oxide semiconductor is doping through chemical or physical methods. Modifying titanium dioxide with metal nanoparticle can narrow the band gap, increase the photocatalytic activity due to improved charge separation as well as reduction of electron hole recombination rates. So here we come to know that why this is important to increase the absorption capacity of the oxides which we are using in photocatalytic reactions. This is important because when we increase the absorption capacity, then there is a narrow band gap, increase of the catalytic activity because they improve charge separation as well as reduction of electron hole recombination rates. In this metal dope titanium dioxide process, she and co-workers shows that the surface modification of titanium dioxide with nickel oxide result in a material that absorb light and is able to induce the photocatalytic radicals, carbon-carbon bond formations, band potential resulting from metal doping. Importantly, the photocatalyst did not show any reduction in its activity over 9 cycles during a recyclability study. This is the important point which you need to remember. The photocatalytic activity can be reviewed over 9 times. Here this is followed by this example. This is formulated by the Shi and co-workers who studied that the reaction of this titanium dioxide with nickel oxide. This is a reaction occur in the presence of DMF, titanium dioxide, blue, lead or sunlight in the presence of sunlight, and this result in formation of this compound, and this product is able to absorb the visible light and also able to induce the photocatalytic cascade radical, carbon-carbon bond formations, cyclization of N dimethylanilenes and phenylalanides. Importantly, this does not show any reduction in its activity over the 9 cycle during a recyclability study. This is the important factor which you need to remember about metal dope titanium dioxide. Next one is, this is another substance which can be used as photocatalyst in organic synthesis. So while we are using this, we will study, and then after studying you will be able to summarize. Cadmium sulfide and cadmium selenides are small band gap semiconductors that absorb visible light up to 540 nanometer. One of the main advantages of this material is a straightforward preparation of colloidal nanocrystal. Quantum doors. So what are the quantum doors? Quantum dots are tiny semiconductor particles a few nanometer in size. They are few nanometer in size, having optical and electronic properties. that are different from larger particles due to quantum mechanics. They are smaller particles but they have optical and electrical properties. Cadmium sulfide and cadmium selenides are used for photocatalytic carbon-oxygen bond cleavage of model substrate that emulates the depolymerization of beta-oxygen 4 linkage that are found in lignin. This is the reaction of the cadmium sulfide. An additional thermal oxidation with the Bobbitt salt. What is Bobbitt salt? This is the Bobbitt salt which is used in this reaction. In the cadmium sulfide reactions, Bobbitt salt is used and then the bond cleavage of carbon-oxygen bond cleavage occur. An initial thermal oxidation of Bobbitt salt followed by the photocatalytic carbon-oxygen bond cleavage yield 4-acetonitrile and guanisole. These two products are obtained through this reaction. So you can see here is the carbon-oxygen bond cleavage followed by the formation of two products. Next is carbon nitrides. Graphitic carbon nitrides, a class of metal-free polymers, are among the most studied materials for heterogeneous photocatalysis. They are used as heterogeneous photolysis and they are used for many years as heterogeneous photocatalysis because of their importance and their advantages. The organic semiconductor absorb light in the visible area of band gap 2.7. In general, CN polymer are easy to synthesize from readily available and cheap precursors such as urea, cyanamide and melamine. So these are the advantages. Because of these they are used for many years as photocatalytic inorganic synthesis because they are easy to available through a cheap precursor in such as urea, cyanamide and melamine. The band gap and position of valence and conduction band depend upon these several factors such as carbon-nitrogen ratio, polymerization degree or crystallinity that can be tolerated through the synthetic approach. Here, we limit our discussion about their use as photocatalysts to a selected set of examples as field were recently summarized in several reviews. In several reviews, it was summarized that the carbon nitrides can be used as heterogeneous catalysts in organic synthesis because of their advantages, which are written here. They are easily available and can be undergo through a cheap precursor. So this is the process through which you can see the carbon nitrides are used in this section. In collaborative effort, the group of Bechner, Wang and Antonopoulos pioneered the application of carbon nitride materials for synthetic purposes, showcasing the photocatalytic properties of these organic semiconductors for the oxidation of alcohols, amines. The same group further realized that the photolytic aerobic dehydrogenative carbon-carbon bond cleaving of N-aryl tetrahydroquinones with various nucleophiles. This is N-aryl and this reaction is occurred through the nucleophiles. NUH is nucleophile which is using here. We are using including this nucleophile may be a nitroalkanes and it may be a dimethyl malonate and ketone. And this is MPG. What is a MPGCN? MPGCN is a mesoporous graphitic carbon nitride. What is this? This material is prepared using silica nanoparticle as templates to obtain a high surface area that make it ideally suited for catalytic application. So I hope you got what is the MPGCN. This have high surface area and it can be used for the catalytic application. So this is used as catalyst in this reaction and this is the product which we got. MPGCN can also be used for the fluoroalkylation of heteroarenes in the single electron reduction of trichloromethane, neosophenyl chlorides. Next is covalent organic frameworks. Covalent organic frameworks are 2 or 3 dimensional highly ordered structures that are constructed by covalently linked building blocks. In contrast to amorphous CMPs, covalent organic frameworks are crystalline porous materials. So this is the advantage of covalent organic frameworks. The potential application of COFs including the gas storage and separation, drug delivery, energy storage, and use as a photocatalyst. So these all properties made them best for the photocatalytic organic synthesis. Here is metal organic framework. Metal organic framework can also be used as photocatalyst in organic synthesis. It has been proved in many reviews that they have the application and they have the properties which are required for the photocatalyst. Metal organic framework are porous, highly ordered crystalline solids that consist of metal cluster and organic linkers. In case of photocatalytically active, the metallic cluster or photocatalyst is encapsulated in a pore of photocatalytically inactive metal organic framework and can be responsible for their catalytic activity. So their catalytic activity are encapsulated in a inactive metal organic framework. The vast majority of the metal organic framework photocatalysts have gained their photocatalytic activity from the incorporation of a molecular dye into organic linker structures. So here the last one is conclusion. We are reached at our conclusion. We concluded from all this discussion as we started from the use of photocatalyst in organic synthesis, that how the catalyst can be used in organic synthesis, how this reaction occurs. We also discuss many catalysts which are used in organic synthesis. They may be a type from titanium dioxide to the metal oxides, covalent organic framework, metal organic framework, nitrogen carbides. They all can be used in organic synthesis as a photocatalyst because of their properties which are necessary. So a variety of heterogeneous material has been employed as a recyclable photocatalyst for the organic synthesis in organic semiconductors. Titanium dioxide are most commonly used. As we have seen this test, titanium dioxide has most commonly used. To replace the homogeneous photocatalyst, surface complexation, dye sensitization, and doping are common methods to enable the wide bandgap semiconductors to harvest the visible light up to near IR, which is rarely reached by the homogeneous catalysis. As the heterogeneous catalysis can be used in near IR region and homogeneous cannot be, so we use the replaceable processes to harvest the visible light, as we have seen in last process in metal organic frameworks. So the combination of photocatalysts with heterogeneous nanoparticles that are capable of photon up conversion is an alternative strategy for assessing near IR light and might be promising concept. For example, the application of photocatalysis in vivo experiments. However, apart from their inorganic semiconductors, poorly organic semiconductors of the carbon nitride family have properly emerged to a useful alternative that harvests visible light without a need for doping. So this is another point which I have gotten from here, that the organic semiconductors can be used as the alternative that harvests a visible light without the need of doping. It was also shown that the semiconductor photocatalysis could be seen in the other photocatalytic reaction in dual catalytic process. More recently, polymeric porous materials include conjugated macroporous polymers, covalent organic framework, metal organic frameworks slowly implemented in photocatalytic organic transformation. What is the advantages? The main advantage of this material is their rational design. Their precise preparation, cross coupling enables straightforward tuning of their electrical and optical properties. So, as each heterogeneous photocatalyst has advantage and disadvantage, as I have said earlier in the beginning of this lecture, that the heterogeneous and homogeneous catalysts have their own advantages and disadvantages, and we have to move with them. The decision for the best material has to be made case by case, considering the receptive reaction, the reaction scale, available light source. So, it varies from reaction to reaction that which type of reagent we are using and which type of catalyst we will be follow. So, it depends upon your reaction, which type of substrate and reactant you are using, which type of light you are following, and which are your light sources. So, it depends from reaction to reaction. A problem that all heterogeneous photocatalysts have in common is their limited capability for large-scale reactions. This problem is easy to address for homogeneous catalysis using flow technologies, but challenging for semiconductor, and a few approaches exist. It is therefore important to note that in research, heterogeneous catalysts only a few focus on a new transformation and improve catalysts, but also need dedicated technology for their application. So the homogeneous catalysis can be used, but heterogeneous catalysis have their some drawbacks which can be covered with their properties. Hence, this is ended. I hope you all got it, and if you need any question, you can ask me. And thank you so much for your attention. Allah Hafiz.